Hi there, welcome back to our channel. Now, buildings in the cities are always tricky as clients want to maximize the use of space. That's why in today's video, we're going to show you how we built this edifice in a half plot of land. Mark it, half plot of land, and we still have parking spaces and a reasonable environment for the client. Stay tuned as we take you through the process.
Don't take you more than that.
So majority of the blocks used for this building were already packed in the site for some time. So when we came, the first thing was to ascertain their structural integrity, and then we had to repack these blocks to give us some space to set out. Now you can see what we're doing here is the setting out process, pegging and squaring the land and the space to be used for the construction project. And as soon as this is gotten, then the excavation begins immediately. So the excavation of the foundation trenches took 2 days to accomplish. That is number one, the day we set out, which of course made it to start a little bit later, and the next day everything about excavation was accomplished. So considering the nature of the land and the recommendation by the structural engineer, we had to blind the foundation first, then lay the ground beams upon which the columns now rested. So now is when we're casting the blinding the foundation kind of. Unfortunately, as we finished the blinding and started the laying of the ground beams and mounting of the columns, we were kind of carried away by the work and didn't really capture that process in the videos. As at here, all the casting of the foundation trenches, which includes the ground beams and of course the columns, had been completed. And here there was no need to dig column base because the ground beams serve like a structural member which links all the pillars together to kind of balance the load and transfer whatever load each of them is going to carry to the ground. So this was done following the considerations and recommendations of the structural engineer to ensure that the building and the foundation is structurally strong, sound, and considering the level we're going, which is like 2 deckings for this project. So as soon as that was completed, the next thing was to lay the blocks from the foundation to the DPC level. And of course, this implied taking clues from the profile board, which we've pegged around the building, then plumbing it from the lines to the ground, and then using that as a guide to raise the blocks to the DPC level. And considering the height of the DPC, what we normally do is to chain the last block. So the last block is going to be a beam tying all the sides of the foundation together, and of course linking all the columns. As you can see here, by this time the block work had been completed and the chaining beam had been done. This thing helps to bind the foundation together, so no matter the level of filling and how well it is compacted, it's not going to pull or crack any of the walls. So for the filling of this project, we used condemned sharp sand. You can see it from the videos here. It is really dark but sharp. So normally the people that sell the sand would normally throw this away or use it for road construction and stuff like this. So once we approached them for it, we got this, and it was really good for the filling. So that is what we used, and now the filling had been completed. The next thing is to water it, which is being done here. After the watering, and the next thing we do is to compact it using a compacting machine, which helps to compact it to make it ready to receive the DPC concrete. So you can see how the guy is using the compacting machine, and after the compacting, if there's any place that needs extra topping of the sand, we will of course put more sand and then compact again to ensure that we get the level that we want. As you can see, by this time the foundation was already ready to receive the DPC mass concrete. For our damp-proof membrane, we used a waterproof, this dark one that is normally used for building projects. We had to spread it all around before the mass concrete is done. And this helps to prevent damp from coming from the ground into the building. So by the time the casting of the DPC was done, it was recorded that we had used up 1 bag of 2 inches nails, 1 bag of 3 inches nails. The 2x2 profile board that we used were 20. The lines that was bought for the project was 8. Then 5 shovels and 5 head pans. 180 bags of cement were used. 5 trips of sand were used. Then 30 tons of chippings were used. Then we had the 16mm rods, 13 lengths, and the 12mm rods were 43, and this was due to the ground beam that was done. Then the 8mm rods were 35 of them, and 1 roll of binding wire. Then the 9 inches blocks used were 20 pieces, and we bought 10 trips of filling sand, and we used 3 trips of sand gravel for the casting of the DPC, and then we used nylon 2 rolls for the damp-proof membrane. Then the boards that were bought were 80 pieces. Now, the total cost of labor from this project, from foundation to DPC, was 1,410,000 naira. And this brought the total cost of material and labor for this particular project from foundation to the completion of DPC in today's Nigerian construction market to 6,656,000 naira. Thank you for being with us this far, and see you in our next one.